Greetings and welcome back, everyone, to Thea the Awakening, and to our Dungeoneers who, whilst they weren't very good at, plumbing the depth of the dungeon, they're pretty good at dealing with two skull battles that happen unexpectedly. I am actually impressed. I'm going to give them one more turn gathering these supplies, and then we're going to move down to the herbalist hut. Okay, Dabberdell encounter. I was expecting this one. 7 warped snakes. Alright, we've got a lot of people here. Opponent's turn first, though. Bit of a shame. Actually, not that much of a shame. Pow! There we go. Who's up next? Between the two of you, you've got a fair old chunk of damage potential. But all I need to do is apply this shield, and we are basically good. That said, I could just confuse one of you. That 10 shield is actually worth more, though. Alright, let's get you in there. Depending on which direction you decide to attack, you're going to absolutely ruin something. Sean, you can get in next. I mean, Sean is... It's a bit dangerous to put Sean there, but... Honestly, I think Sean is probably just going to wreck face, so... I will, however, give... Well, I don't really want you guys getting too much of an attack off. Because there's a lot of potential damage here. If both of them decided to attack the same direction, that would be really bad for us. So let's just get everyone sorted out like this. And then I'm going to pass... Oh dear. That is not good. Okay, I'm going to pass off a shield. That is actually quite bad, because there's a potential for 2 enemies to attack Sarah before we do anything about it. Okay, not bad. Not too bad either. Okay, that actually worked out very, very well. Sarah took a bit of a pounding there, but Sarah's got enough wounds to be able to take it. Ooh, concentration. In intellect and hex challenges, cards dealing concentration damage is placed in front of the last card, so it's basically piercing for intellect and hex challenges. 2 gathering and 1 craft. That is a pretty stonkingly good amulet. It's an amber amulet, so it was made of amber, so it just got random things added to it. But that was really nice. Okay, let's have a look at you. Who's going to get this? I could. Sure. You can get a little bit more crafty. 10 crafting there now. Alright, we got some snakes over there. 20 bird meat. We could go and deal with the snakes. I could just leave them alone. Because ultimately what I would like with this group is to gather more elven wood. It's pretty much the prime reason for us being here. Can I get this up to 1 a turn? I might be able to. Barely. Yeah, I can. Excellent. And beyond that, the herbs, honestly, are more important after that. You'll only gather them every 2 turns, but that's fine. I think that'll work quite well for us. Let's just make sure that you're not eating the bird meat. No, good, good, good. Alright. Crack on then. You've got enough food for 9 turns. Now what we ultimately want is enough elven wood to get down here and build the herbalist out of elven wood completely, and then get elf attraction. Now, in terms of crafting, what could we make? We got a decent chunk of spider silk. Could make some better gathering tools too. I mean, it would be wise. 4 gathering for very little weight. Sure, okay, let's get that made. Pop up there. And in fact, you can work on it as well. Is there much else I would like to build? There's not much else I can afford to build, realistically speaking, so no. Any other types of foods? That one's meat and vegetables, okay. We could focus on vegetables and fruit. And make a decent amount of that. And also, I'm going to say meat and fruit. That'll make us rabbit stew. And we'll just make that until we can't make any more. I'll get all of these set up. We're going to need dedicated crafters on each one. In fact, to that end, I'm going to say get down there and start working on that. You'll make a little bit every 2 turns, that's fine. Okay. crack on then. And with that, let's pass a turn. Or 2, or 3, or 40. Ooh. Dungeonees encounter. We got something else than that. Ooh. As you rest in your camp, an old man approaches you. Only the strong survive. Kill him! No. Better not risk it. Chase him away. No, welcome him. Thank you, kind children. If you will be so nice as to share your food with me, I will impart some of my aging wisdom upon you in return. Our people need the food we cannot share, or why not? We have some food to spare. I lost 1 seaweed and 9 meat stews. My lord, you ate as much food as 10 people. All right, sit and listen to my tales. Now that's interesting. Very teacher's crafting. Not seen that before. Fitz and Oxhead both gained a lot more crafting. Don't think I've seen this before. Being able to just be taught crafting. That was pretty cool. That is bloody terrifying. Terrifying. We need to get rid of that goblin hat. We need to get rid of these as well. Let's see. Okay, they're moving on. Good. Because we're not up to that at all. Okay, well done back there. Let's set up one of our gatherers with that. Who's our bestest gatherer? That would be you. You've already got something. How much is that? 3. Well, you've just upgraded to... Oh no, we made a bad quality one. Oh, how wretched. How utterly wretched. That's actually a better sword. I should have equipped that a while ago. Oh well. There's not a lot we can do about that one, unfortunately. Still. That's much better, but a lot heavier. Not that it matters to you, though, since you're a warrior and you've got a lot of strength. How about this one? No, not as good. Alright, well, that's fine. Rivesung has gained a lot of strength recently, so it's not too surprising that they're able to do that, but it's quite a shame that we made a poor quality one there.
You hear rumours of a band of robbers setting up camp in the area. Some of your food stocks and supplies have gone missing over the weeks, and there are talks of the bandits getting more and more violent.
Ouch! Okay, try to track down these bandits.
Your scouts set out to track the bandits, but it seems they're hiding their safe house well. Luckily, you have some skilled scouts to help out.
Excellent. Send out hunting parties to scout the area. This should be trivially easy for us. Let's get you into play. You'll wipe that card out straight away. Unfortunately, we don't actually have many more here that are particularly potent. Counter offense, we'll take out that card completely. So it won't actually matter. And then we'll just beat the remaining card down. Get closer, and sure, get closer as well. There we go. This card will go down, and we may have enough. No, we don't have quite enough to take this card out in the first turn, but that's fine. There we go. We have won.
You discover tracks leading into an old mine shaft, long exploited and unused, thus a perfect site for a hideout. Your scouts mark this place on the map.
Good. Perhaps the fighters can go and check this place out. Indeed. Maybe we won't be doing that too soon then. How much elven wood? We're up to 24 elven wood. We need a lot more than that. But our dungeoneers starting to run low on food. Okay. 2 food is our lot. We're going to move on now. More than that, we can easily get back to Dapperdell in the turns that remain. It would have been nice to attack you, honestly, but okay. Let's pass the turn. Oh, actually, you're coming in for a fight. Okay. Bear, wolf, and a hulking rat. Alright. Now, if you have more cards, you will tend to get to move first. Also, you'll tend to be able to play more cards per turn, which is actually quite nice. Ah, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Alright. Well... You won't take that rat out in 1 turn, but you will. That is on the first turn. You'll remove it. Following that, I'll get Svizzle with a boost to their damage. You're going to do a whopping great amount of damage, which is very, very frightening. Let's get you buffed. And then super protected. There we go. Don't really want you involved in this. In fact, actually, this will work well. I'll get you fast actioned. Or first actioned, rather. This way, you're going to be able to take that rat out. Which means we'll, between the Kenneth and Svizzle, we'll take out the bear. There we go. Very nice. And the only real threat is gone. They're not even going to get through your shield by the time we've killed them all. So, that works out well for us. There we go. The wolf was the only real danger there. And player's turn once again. I just need you to play your cards so I can knife them. That'll do. And yeah, another knife. In the flank. Now we'll play the rest of the cards just because we can, really. There we go. And it's all over. And then we can get back to Dapatel. We got... it's not a terrible item. Certainly it's not so bad that I wouldn't carry it back to town and then dispose of it there. Alright, let's get into town then. And drop off these items. Whew, Dapatel hasn't seen everyone here for a long time. For a long, long time. Alright. I would like to build a herbalist hut, but we just don't have the materials yet to make it worthwhile. We need to get more. That'll come. We will make that happen. But in the meanwhile, we've got more things that we can make while we're here. Now, I wouldn't mind making a new hammer. It's a heavy hammer, though. Unless I make it out of elven wood. But then it doesn't add as much to our task. So I'm actually going to avoid that one for now. Instead, going to use the elven wood to make a dewdrop. That shielding is super useful. And I'm actually going to go for... yeah. We'll just use the elven wood there. We'll take it down to 25, but that's fine. Okay, let's get that one made. Get you right up at the top. Oxhead, if you could work on that for me, you'll get it done in 2 turns. You can start working on the Lesco. Sure, that's not so bad. We'll get all of this done reasonably fast. You can help out there a little bit more as well. Alright, let's make sure that we're not eating stuff we don't need to. That's fine. Good. Very good. Okay, with that then, let's make sure that we're actually making use of these items that we brought in. Also, make sure that we are actually gathering everything as fast as we can. Pop you guys over there. The rest of you, I'm actually going to have you help out with crafting. Even though you've got no skill in it, so you're not really going to help much. Still, it's better than having you completely idle. Now we're going to wait for the dewdrop shield to be made, because that is going to unlock us the next research point, I believe. So sure, go ahead. There we are. We're actually making a lot there. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And one more turn. And there we go. Let's have a look at this dewdrop shield. What was the new item we got from it? Really? This shield hurts people. Wow. Not quite as good as that shield, of course. Fits. Not as good as that shield. A bit of a shame, really. Better than this shield. And also much, much lighter. Actually, given that it is a light shield, let me have a look. Is this better? No, you've got some decent qualities there from your weapon. I would need to give you a very light weapon to make this work. Well, that being said, actually, you can afford to have a bit of a weighty one. Sure, okay. Russell, you're now a decently dangerous combatant. I mean, you know, you're still not going to win many prizes, but... we can also possibly increase your armor. Yeah, there we go. Exactly 300. I love it when that happens. It doesn't happen enough, in my opinion. Not nearly enough. But I always appreciate it when I see it come together. Alright, let's just make sure that everyone is reasonably well equipped. You got any room? Well, How heavy is this? No. That's a bit of a shame. You might. It would have to be nice armor, though, but no. We don't have particularly nice armor. More damage, but I like the piercing attack on you. So we're going to be keeping that if we can. What is your kind of... Oh, that armor is very light. So it's very unlikely we're going to be able to top it. Oh, well, actually, no, you can just about squeeze that in. So that's not so bad. That being said, this is 104. I mean... No, we can't. Absolutely no way. Anything else that's good to do with an upgrade? So far, no. I mean, you could literally wear anything you wanted. But you've already got one of the best gear that you could have. This is lighter, though, but because you've got so much strength, I don't see a point in giving you a weapon that is particularly light. If that makes sense. But what I am going to do now is just work through here, find the not so great for the damage it does. I mean, that's decent shielding, but it's still not that good. So, get rid of you. That is not good enough. One-hand weapon that is that heavy and does that little damage. No. Also, don't need that. We've got enough things that have poison that we just don't need it. That is no. I like this one. We'll keep it. It's also reasonably light, but no, we're getting rid of that one as well. And honestly, nah, we don't need those. All this, actually. Get rid of that. We can probably make better. Now, as far as the shields go, yeah, we're going to keep those two. Alright, there we are. Okay, I think that's good enough for the equipment side of things. We're doing alright. Got quite a lot of different foodstuffs. I'm going to turn off eating this food for now. Simply because we don't need the extra movement point in this group. But now it's time to have a look at what we're going to grab next. The well would be nice. Takes a lot of stuff, but it would be very, very nice. I would much rather get a good bit of material for that, though. Now, the smithy has a nice ability in that if you've got it, you can choose... any children you choose to be crafters, if you've got a smithy, are better at crafting innately. They just start with more points. Additionally, you can make it out of some nice material, and everyone in the village gets a buff to their crafting while in the village, which is, you know, quite reasonable. But I don't think we're going to go for any of these yet. I think it has to be crafting. And within crafting, it's either going to be a jewelry or it's going to be weapons. Now, I really like the idea of being able to make our own weapons. Medium armor would also be quite nice. But I think it's going to be weapons finally. Let's go and get ourselves some regular swords made. Now, how much are we? Well, we've got a good ways to go before we can get another thing. But one-handed swords. Now, this is going to give us a lot of option here. Now, we haven't got quite enough of those bones, unfortunately. We could go for Darkwood, which will give us some poison, which would be nice. We've got a good amount of fur there. Let's see what we get here. 5 damage, 6 shielding, 2 poison. A black sword. Darkwood has been corrupted during the Age of Darkness, and so any weapon made with it is said to carry a curse upon it. I mean, kind of nasty. We could give it just a random jewelry. 3 damage instead of the 5 damage. If I made it purely out of iron, 4 damage, 5 shielding. Really not that good. Really not that good. 5 damage, 6 shielding. I could make a dragonfly song. 4 damage, 2 dexterity, 6 shielding, and something else. Or we could just go with the Darkwood. I think the Darkwood over the shielding would be better. 4, 6, 2, 1. That's not bad. If we used granite over here, it would increase its weight and not really give us anything for it. What about scaled leather? 4, 5, 2. Nah, I don't think so there. What about monster bones? Could I have an ivory short sword? 2, 5, 1. No. No, I don't think so. Alright, we're going to get one of these. So 5, 6, and 2. Plus a random effect. It's going to give us 9 research points. And I'm all about that. Let's get another one. Now, we could go for... We could go for the Elvenwood. Get a Dragonfly Song. Very light weapon, this. 3 damage, 5 shielding, 2 dexterity. And it would help us to build up more and more shielding. That being said, if we went for something like Quartz over here, an Amethyst Sword, I mean, that sounds amazing. But no, I think not. Not on that one. Alright. We're going to go with Amber. Let's give us some decent weapons. 2 dexterity, so it would increase their ability for helping with first action. Because that's stealth that drives that particular ability there. Alternatively, I could pop this one down as well. Well, it doesn't actually really make that much difference. Which is a bit of a shame. Okay, we'll stick with this in 5 shielding. We'll make 2 of these. Oops, I wanted to increase it by there. And that, I think, is going to be the lot that we're making here. And then, with that done, we're going to make the rest into dewdrop shields. This will give us a good wallop of nice stats for the shields. Because we're making a bunch of single-handed weapons. Maybe. I could afford to make 2. And I will. Let's drive those up. I would like these in a new order. Right, Oxford. If you'd be so kind. And indeed, if we could get you up there as well. There we go. That'll actually work quite well for us. And it'll get us a decent amount of research as well. You've got to try and keep ahead of that. You don't want to fall behind the technology curve. Right, what kind of weapon did we make? Some speech. Ah. So maybe this one would be good for 45. That is reasonably heavy shield. +1 medic is more useful for you. That being said, though, could pop that over there, and there you go. You've now got 9 shielding. That's actually quite nice. Very, very nice. I'm not going to give it to my warriors. They need the 2-handed weapons, basically. But well, I think that was a decently made weapon there. Passing that. Oh, there we go. Actually, we got a lot of points there. Okay. Very nice to see. Let's have a look at these. So, this one has got, wow, +3 stealth. That is very nice. Let's give that to one of my gatherers, I think. Yeah, this is just a straight upgrade for you. Russell. It's a downgrade in terms of damage? What about the dark wood sword? I mean... Yes, it's a downgrade in terms of damage, but look at the shielding and dexterity buff. But this one loses practically nothing. So, sure, you can have that. That takes you up to a 12 shielding. You've got more shielding than many of my frontline combatants have. That's impressive. Very impressive. Right, this should be a lot lighter, so let's get that over there. You might be able to... No, not quite. But once we make the dewdrop shields, we're probably going to be able to get Jason that extra weapon there. I like it. I like it a lot. There's no way. Absolutely no way we're equipping that. Still, I'm going to go into the inventory. We're just going to get rid of this bad quality sword. In fact, we're going to get rid of both of these. I'm not going to use them now and make my own one-handed weapons. The axes and the mace are useful because I can't make axes or maces yet. So, okay, another turn. And another turn. There we go. First dewdrop shield. Have a look at you. It's 80. No, it isn't exactly light, but it is lighter than these weapons we've got around here. This is fairly heavy. Now, the problem is this is a really good crafting hammer. I'd have to drop the hammer but I've got nothing to replace it with. And you're more useful with that hammer. Now, if I wanted to sacrifice your ability to strike first... No, I still couldn't get that in. So, yeah, sure, you can keep that. Spizzle. You come out with us a lot. So, sure, let's get you an upgrade. There you are. Our main hunting party is becoming quite attractive. I approve. And once more, we should get... Oh, have we finished all the shields? We may have. No, we're still working on it. 2 more turns. Hello. 3 skeletons. We should easily be able to deal with this. The entire group of us is here. Sure, you're going to be dead on the next turn. In fact, just to make sure your friends... Oh, well, will it scale up or scale... Will it round up or round down? I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to get you in there. That is fine. Now it doesn't matter, so let's get in there. And in fact, you can get in there as well. You know, just to drive it home. And... got a lot of first actions now. This is actually beautiful. We can send most people to the front. Now, their level is based on, I believe, the average of their main stats. So, you do and you don't want people to be really heavily leveled up. It can work to your disadvantage. I'm not going to play everyone. We don't need it. There we go. Down and finished off. We have won. Hooray. However, we've got some nice gear from that. Very nice gear. Let's go and have a look at some of these. Okay, so we've got some nice new armor. Some very, very high armor. I like it. Some shielding there. Heavy. Really bloody heavy, mind you. You've already got 13 shielding. Let's increase that a little bit more. Kind of shield, that's a rubber shield. We're making better shields than that. There's no way that we're going to have... Well, actually, no, I take it back. We are going to have better armor. But it would be at the sacrifice of shielding. Still 2 armor for the sacrifice of 1 shield is not so bad. This can be passed on. You'll lose a little bit of dodging ability, but that's okay. I think that was not a bad return there. We're going to get rid of the shields. They're too heavy. No use to us, in my opinion. We'll also get rid of these. Oh, that one's actually not bad. That's a good damage weapon. But what I am happy to see is this. Now, let's have a look. You've already got a decent sword. I mean, it's not going to do a huge whack of damage, but I can now exchange this. You're going to lose your piercing ability. It's a shame, but you're now... Ooh, just too heavy. There we go. That'll generally give you better shielding. So 9 shielding. You do poison, but you don't attack first, which is a shame. It is a very nice ability to have, certainly, but... Yeah, I think that'll do for now. Okay, we should have only 1 more turn before we get the next shield, or maybe not. When's that going to be made? We ran out. That can happen if you're making multiple things within the same sort of turn, unfortunately. Alright, well, you can get in there. You'll make ridiculous amounts of that super fast. We're about to run out of our fruit, which is fine. I could make something with seaweed instead then. In fact, yeah, we'll make some meat stew from bird meat. And you can come down there and help there. Alright, I think that was a fairly good little run. We'll wait through the night. Oh, in fact, the end of the night is here. Hooray for us. Jason, could you get to helping? Doing something? Don't mind what, really. There we are. We're going to burn through all of our wood supplies super fast, but it's not so bad. At this point, I could afford to increase the amount of things they're eating. But honestly, there's a part of me that's thinking, there's really no need. Unless I see something looming out of the darkness at us. Now, if I had a watchtower and I could see all around reasonably far, so an enemy couldn't just sneak up on us. But when there's 14 people here, we're not going to lose a fight. So don't waste your precious resources during those times. We do need to build some more stuff, however, if we're going to do anything particularly useful here. So what I could do is make some better items. We could make some reptile vests or some silk tunics or fur cloaks. That's not too bad, actually. Put that down there. Sure, we can make some fur coats if we really wanted to. Or just a couple of silk tunics. 3 armor. But we'd have other qualities being added to it as well. And we can make 2 of these. Sure. Let's go ahead and make... stop. Make 2 of them. Drop that right up to the top. Get you working on it. It'll take you 4 turns to finish all of it. Might as well. This will be useful for our medics, if nothing else. There we go. Let's go and see what this one's got. Distraction. Not a terrible item. It's only 22. It only weighs 22. That's fantastic. If I could swap out someone's... No, you don't have enough weight allowance for that to work properly. You do, however. So... swap that. And then... there we go. Perfect. And who did I take that off? Nope, not you. Whom was it? There we go. There we are. So one of our medics is now a little bit better protected. So close. We need 1 research point to get the next unlock. Oh well, that's going to happen. Now what do we get there? Again, distraction. That's fine though. Would this be better on you? I mean, it's so much lighter, but you'd have less armor as a result. But let's just see. How heavy is this? Almost. So close to being able to wield that. So fantastically close. This brooch, if you take that off, you can. Okay, I think that's worth it. I think that's a fair exchange. And you can grab this instead. So, right, let's have a look at our 2 medics. You're by far the better medic, certainly, but you've got more damage, more armor. No, actually, you've got more armor. Well, it's just a bit of a difference on how they're set up there. Right, well, we could try and produce 1 more item, whatever that item might be. And we could go... no, we can't make another shield, so... we could, however, make another sword. And maybe there is some value in that. Used up all of the elven wood that I sent them up with, but well. We don't have enough jewels to make that anymore. Bit of a shame. No, okay, we'll go make 1 more dragonfly song, and that will give us our next research point. And I think that's a good place to wrap up the episode. And once more. Oh, you gonna fight? No, you're running away. That's fine. And there we go. Right, who I'm going to give this to, I really don't know. Yukofin might actually be better off wielding this. Yeah, actually, that's fine. And since you are going to be going out with the group more often, that makes a bit more sense to me. Okay, not bad, all things told. But what are we going to spend our point on? Now, that is the question. Got a lot of things we could go for. I could get some Darkwood. As we've seen, it's quite potent. Alternatively... I could learn how to make 2-handed swords for my warriors. And that is extremely, extremely powerful. Could also pick up jewelry. It's a bit of a question. Of course, medium armor is also... there's so many options. But at this stage, I think I would actually like to improve my abilities a little bit. Could pick up gold or steel. We'd need a lot more to pick up silver. I could pick up amber, for example. But I think making things out of Darkwood would be very nice. So let's grab Darkwood and find out where that is. Very close. Excellent. Any more Darkwood around? Because that's just pointing me out to the nearest location of Darkwood. No? Okay, well, that's fine. In the next episode, then, we're going to be heading out in this direction to fight whatever's there. Also pick up whatever's in that ruin. And drop in on the Goblin Village. Say hello, introduce ourselves. And then Well, actually, no. Well, first we'll drop by Theodore. It's probably been a while. It's like, wow, what's taking them so long? Well, we get distracted, us. But it's at turn 114. We've got Dapadel's got 14 people in it, and they're starting to get decently potent in terms of combat. We're seeing lots of nice, reassuring levels of armor and creeping levels of shielding, and that is something I really like because, as I've mentioned, armor between rounds, so you have 2 phases per round of combat. Shielding restores itself between rounds. Armor and your overall health does not. So having shielding, really, really useful. And obviously, hopefully get our medics a little bit more medical, and that will avoid any nasty surprises in the future. But that's going to be it from me. I really do hope you've enjoyed the episode, though, and we'll be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.